In today's video, I'm bringing you a brand new technique using a Dollar Tree cutting board, some hot glue, and acrylic paint. I'll also be adding in one more special item that you're not going to want to miss out on. So, without further ado, my friend, we're about to get started. Hello, my friend. Welcome back to another video. So today I'm taking some of these Dollar Tree cutting boards and I'm going to turn them into one of the most beautiful, functional pieces of art for your home that you've ever seen. What's really great about this is it's so easy to do. Anyone can make this and it's ultra inexpensive. So grab yourself 4 of the larger cutting boards that they sell at the Dollar Tree and tape off the back. Whether you're working on a canvas or a cutting board, you always want to protect the back so that when you're done, it's nice and clean back there, okay? So just get some masking tape at the Dollar Tree and tape off the back. Next, we're going to take our hot glue gun and we're just going to have fun with a little bit of an abstract design. I have no rhyme or reason for how I'm putting this glue on the cutting board, but just move your hand in an S formation or in little swirls, whatever kind of abstract design that's easiest for you to do. I kind of liken this to a puzzle piece. Now, it's not really a puzzle piece shape, but it's kind of the same logic. You want to fill the entire board up with your little squiggly designs. You can go on Pinterest and look up geometric or abstract designs for art, and you'll find a lot of different designs that you can do. So you'll notice here I have some cavities that are smaller, some that are bigger, and essentially all I'm going to do is take 2 of these paints. I didn't end up using the white, and I'm going to paint inside each cavity a different color. Now, what I'm going to be making is going to be used for outdoor use on my patio. So that's why I chose these colors to match my decking. And these are just Folk Art brand matte acrylic paints in the little bottles. So again, I'm going to paint a few cavities in this color. And then I'm going to move on to my next shade, which is essentially this color, just a shade lighter. I believe this shade was called Silver Marlin. So here's the next color. And again, it's in the same color category, just a shade lighter. And you don't even have to buy multiple shades. You could just add a little bit of white to your one color to keep lightening it, okay? Or a little bit of black to darken it. So I painted a few cavities in that color. Now I'm going to take the 2 colors and combine them to make a custom shade. Or I should say a custom color. And what I'll do is I will speed through this here. I'm just mixing them together and painting in the remaining open cavities. I didn't want to bore you with all this hand painting. So now I will say there's another way to do this. If you're going to be using just a couple of colors like I am, you can paint the underneath the cutting board before you even start one of the colors and then paint on top of each cavity a different shade. So here we go here. I'll show you how to do it really quick. So pick one of your colors that you're going to be using in your art piece. Paint the entire board that one color. And then once that is dry, do the hot glue on top of it. I will say this really didn't save me much time. I wanted to try it both ways. This way and then, the first way where I paint each individual cavity. It really didn't save me a lot of time, just so you know. I mean, don't get me wrong, it did save me time painting this color in each cavity, but again, I don't know, it's whatever you prefer. So now that that paint is dry, I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing with the hot glue on top of the paint. What I found really interesting, painting the hot glue on top of the paint, gave this hot glue kind of like this molten metal look, which was really cool. So that's just something to keep in mind for future ideas. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and put my little random squirrely patterns on the entire cutting board. And then I'm going to come back in and paint some of them in two colors. Remember, I've already got that one main color painted on the board. So now I only have to paint in two colors in the cavities. So that's about how much it helps you. When you guys see what these are going to be, you're going to love it. I'm telling you, every house in the world should have these, especially if you ever entertain. Or I don't really entertain often, but I like to have pretty things when I sit down at a table, okay? So I'm a making them. And I have a client who wants a set already. So these are going to be popular, I believe. And ultra cheap to make because I looked these up and they are very expensive and they're very boring. So the design ideas that you can have for these things are it's going to be, endless. So now what I'm just doing is I'm taking a silver marker or a gold marker and just going over those hot glue lines, and that's going to make it stand out. I wanted to do both silver and gold so that you could see the difference. I'm not sure which one I like better. I believe I like the silver better, but you'll see in a few minutes here what they look like done. So once you go over that hot glue line with the gold pen or silver pen, you're going to put that to the side because we have one more style to make that I believe is the most fantastic out of them all. So this is peel and stick wallpaper from the Dollar Tree. And they have the most gorgeous designs. And they just so happen to have this one here that perfectly matches my deck. So I'm going to use the printed lines and the designs to my aid here. And I'm going to cut out a center strip to attach to one of these cutting boards. I'm kind of just using those lines in the print as a guide. Can you guess what I'm making yet, by the way? If you have, why don't you pause this video, go to the comments section, and tell me what you think it is. I'd be curious to know if you figured out what it was. So once I'm done cutting out the section of wallpaper I want to use, I'm going to peel off the back of it, and then I'm going to stick it right down to the cutting board. So here on this wallpaper, there's a little split. Makes it really easy to get that back piece of paper off. And you may be wondering why I'm wearing gloves right now. And the reason why is because of this. I'm going to be using resin to seal this project in with. And when you touch your hands on anything that you're going to be using resin on, you're depositing or leaving behind your natural oils on the surface of whatever you're touching. For me, I just put lotion on my hands an hour before I did this video. And had I not worn gloves, when I go to do my resin finish, it'll reject all over the place and you'll see these little pot marks. So you definitely want to make sure you wear gloves if you're going to use resin, okay? But anyhow, moving on. Once I stuck that to the cutting board, I now came in with my hot glue and just went along downside the edge that I cut to make a little border. If there are any resin art geode makers out there that are watching me, you'll know what I'm doing right now. We love to make these little raised edges in the artwork when creating a geode style of painting. So again, just go down and follow your cut lines with the hot glue and let it dry. Then you're going to come back in with either your silver or gold or whatever color you want to use white, black, purple. These can be fun colors too, just so you know. And you're going to go over the raised edge of that hot glue line and just color it, okay? This is a really simple DIY to create, and I wanted to keep it simple. I just cannot tell you how beautiful these look in the end, though. Oh my goodness, wait till you see what they are. I know I keep saying that and teasing you. It's coming, I promise. So again, just like the other design that I made, I did one in silver and one in gold, just so we could see what they look like. Now comes the final step. We're going to take some resin. We're going to mix it up for 3 to 5 minutes, depending on the directions for the resin that you buy. If you need a recommendation for resin, I will make sure to put one in the description, the one that I use. And you're going to follow those directions, follow the safety precautions. It is a very fun medium to work with. Again, just follow the directions and the safety precautions and enjoy the process. So once you mix it up for 3 to 5 minutes, you're going to coat the surface of the cutting boards that you made. In my case, there are 4 of them. So we're just going to pour the resin on the surface. How much? I will tell you, I used 6 ounces of resin per cutting board. So that is 3 ounces of part A and 3 ounces of part B. The kit that you buy will come with 2 bottles, part A, part B. So 3 ounces of each of those bottles per cutting board. So I used a total of 24 ounces for 4 cutting boards. And again, you're just going to pour it on the surface and you're going to rub your hand or use a stick to spread it out all over the board. Be sure that you also cover the edges, that very thin edge there. Make sure you cover that in resin, and then you're going to let them sit for 24 hours. Also, you probably cannot see in the video here, but I have the cutting boards propped up on 4 cups. You want to elevate them a little bit so the resin can drip off down onto your work surface. So once you're done spreading this resin into every nook and cranny that you created with that hot glue gun, you're going to need some type of a heat source to pop air bubbles because resin gets air bubbles in it. If you don't pop them, you'll see them in the finished work. So what I like to use is a small culinary torch. I'll remember to put one of those in the description, a link to buy one. But you can also use a heat gun if you have a heat gun. So you're going to just either slowly move the flame or the heat gun over the surface and pop all the air bubbles and then put it to bed for 24 hours. And here, my friend, are the finished results and what I have made. I have made custom wooden placemats that are absolutely gorgeous and were so easy to make. You can't buy this anywhere, okay? These are unique to your home. Whatever design you come up with, you are a one of a kind, okay? Look how fun these are. They match my deck perfectly, the colors that I chose, and it's just a nice visual to sit down on the patio and put a plate on top of these things and enjoy your meal. I thought it was a really cute little hack. If you want, you can put 2 handles on the surface of this tray and make a serving platter out of them. You can put a couple of knobs underneath the cutting board and make it an elevated tray. I made one with a paper towel holder and a napkin holder one time, and they were absolutely beautiful. But to think, it all started with a Dollar Tree cutting board, some hot glue, and some Dollar Tree wallpaper. Here, I had to show you my pretty new plant. I just love that little speckled look on the flowers. I thought it was so cute. I had to buy it. But anyway, my friends, That's what they look like. Let me take you inside so you can just see the design a little bit better. Here they are. It's so fun. It's a conversation piece. And again, I didn't have to break the bank to buy 4 wooden placemats that are so boring. And I don't know, they're just really a nice piece of functional art, I guess. I wanted to call them furniture for a minute there. Hey, they're furniture for your plates, right? There we go. Anyway, my friends, I want to thank you so very much for joining me. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to click like, click the hype button. There's a little hype button there that you can click as well. And don't forget to leave a comment. Even if it's just your favorite emoji, I would truly appreciate it. I really hope this sparked a little bit of inspiration for you and you give it a try. And I'm off now to get ready for my birthday, which is next Wednesday, and my cookout for the 4th of July. So, for my fellow Americans, have a happy and safe 4th of July. And for anyone else, have a great week ahead and happy creating.